You're right guys, it's Game Boy Luke here and welcome back to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Today I'm actually battling against Yomnomgamer. I'll leave his channel in the description. Yomnomgamer is an awesome guy, full stop period. And I'm not gonna lie, he was probably one of the first people. If you've watched one of my 1K videos, I think it was, I actually talk about Yomnomgamer a lot because he was one of the people that inspired me to maybe push my channel further. And I don't think I'd be where I am if I hadn't taken his advice. So you guys should definitely check him out. I'll leave the link to his channel in my description, and you can go check him out. But yeah, basically we've got a pretty cool Wi-Fi battle going on here. We both whipped up teams that we haven't really tested so much. We kind of just put them together, and I was thinking about the team that I've got right here, and I was thinking of this little tactic I could use around a zoom reel, and I actually use it in this battle. It doesn't go quite as planned. Because Brian actually does counter it quite well, but as you can see I do have the zoom reel and the Espeon. Basically the whole idea was to set up the screens with Espeon and then at some point get a free switch into a zoom reel and then just belly drum and sweep the whole team basically. But he does have some stuff in there that can, I was kind of scared of that might be able to wall the zoom reel, which was the Gyarados and maybe the Sizzle, but you'll see how that goes. I've also got the Donphan. This is a choice banded, not defensive Donphan. I've also got the Skarmory, my Yveltal, and my Zapdos. Brian does have the Galvantula. Now, I thought I can't really lead with Espeon now that he's got the Galvantula because he'll just send out Bug Buzz me and I'm dead, pretty much. So, I couldn't lead with Espeon. He does have Gyarados, like I said, Goodra, Heracross, Gengar, and Sizzle. And yeah, that's basically it. We do have a bit of a stool war somewhere in the middle of the match, or towards the end of the match. Goodra and Zapdos are pretty much equal when it comes to being special walls, except Zapdos actually has a recovery move. So it kind of, yeah, it got a bit messy. But anyway, I'm just gonna get straight into this. Like I said, I was gonna lead off with my Espeon because the whole plan was to set up the screens and stuff. But I don't end up doing that because obviously he has a Galvantula, so I end up leading with my Zapdos instead, just for the safe. Just in case he doesn't lead with Galvantula, I can still wall the rest of his team. So I do go into my Zapdos, and he does go into his Galvantula, and I was predicting Sticky Webs. I think I was predicting Sticky Webs, so I went for the Heat Wave right off the bat. But he actually goes for the Volt Switch, and switches out here, and he goes into his Bootylicious. Now here's the Goodra right here. Now they've got two pretty hefty special walls put up next to each other right now. And the only thing that Goodra can really do is just throw what it can at me and see if I can take it. Now I'm just basically just going to go for the discharges, hoping to get the paralysis because discharge does have a 30% chance of getting the paralysis. But he does go for Draco Meteor. This is like the best thing he could have done really, because it was the only damage he could have done to my Zapdos, and it does do a clean 100 hit points, but his special attack is reduced, so I'm just going to roost up the health. And obviously he can't really do much damage to me now because his special attack has been reduced, but he is going to go try for another Draco Meteor. And I'm pretty sure that's halved now. His attack's pretty much halved, so that's only going to do like 50 damage, so that's going to take me down to about 100. Just over 100 rather. And then I'm just going to be able to roost up the rest of the damage if I needed to, if I got a free moment. But I predicted him to switch out here, and I thought, right, this is perfect to bring my Espeon in. So he does switch out, and I'm thinking, right, okay, as long as he doesn't send out his Galvantula, I'm great. But he goes into his Galvantula, so I was like, okay, well, now that Espeon's out here, I'm just going to get these screens up. So I set up the light screen first, because if I do, I'm feeling that I can probably survive a Bug Buzz, which I do. I think I survived with like 67 HP or something like that, 64, okay. And then I just set up the Reflect as well, because these things are really kind of necessary when setting up with the zoom reel. But how I feel, if you don't have the free moment, it's always good to have Reflect and light screen up, because if a zoom reel does use belly drum and his HP is halved, any attacks that are thrown at him will near enough bounce off because he's got so much HP. And obviously has the Reflect and light screen up and stuff. So I didn't want to send out a zoom reel quite yet because I fear the thunder. But he does go for the Sticky Webs here, and I do go for Discharge, expecting him to switch out. And I also kind of, it's not too much of a problem that I went for Discharge because I'm pretty sure I broke his Focus Sash. So yeah. Anyway, he goes for the Thunder here, and he was kind of annoyed that it missed. But in honesty, it wouldn't have done much damage at all because Zapdos is especially bulky. And I had the light screen up, so that was going to do nothing at all. Anyway, he does go into his Gengar. Now, I wasn't sure what this Gengar was going to do, so I just stay in and try and take what he's, try and filter out what he's got. And he does go for the Shadow Ball, which is going to take like 30 hit points. That's not much at all. I'm just going to go for Discharge, maybe hoping for the Paralysis, which I don't get, unfortunately. And I kind of expected him to switch out here, because I don't think he, after doing that much damage to me with the Shadow Ball, I expected him to switch out. I do get caught in the sticky webs here, which isn't too much of a problem. And he does go for Disable, so I did kind of switch out correctly there. I didn't predict him to go for Disable, but you know, it is what it is. He goes for the Shadow Ball, and that's going to do 50 damage. So if I didn't have that light screen up, that probably would have done half damage, and I wouldn't have been able to get this belly drum off. So that tactic kind of helped here. I do go for belly drum, and it takes me down to about 44 hit points, which is kind of risky. It is a risky health sort of place to be, but I do have the Aqua Jet, so I'm just going to be able to take out the Gengar and then get some more leftovers recovery. And some people were saying maybe I should run Citrus Berry on this thing. I have considered it, but I feel like if you're going to sweep with a Azumarill, you can probably, it'd be better off using leftovers, because then you're gaining more HP than you would with the Citrus Berry. But no, the light screen disappears there, and I do have one turn left of Reflect, which actually saves my Azumarill here. So without Reflect, Azumarill would have died there, and I wouldn't have been able to take out this Sizzle with one hit. So that was useful, and I think this turn the Reflect is gonna disappear. So the next set here, sorry, isn't gonna be able to take any more hits. He does go into the Gyarados, and he does get the Intimidate off, but even though he gets the Intimidate off, I'm just going to go for Aqua Jet and sack off my Azumarill, because he's pretty much, yeah, there's not much I can do with him. It still does have health. That's not even bad, that's not bad at all. He's going to go for the Earthquake, and that's going to take out next set. So I did get like almost like a mini sweep. It wasn't really a mini sweep. I took out 2 Pokemon. But I do feel that Sizzle can be like a really huge threat in some battles, so I'm kind of glad I got rid of him. But now I'm going to go into my Sceptile here. I'm pretty sure that I can take out Gyarados here with a Giga Drain. I wasn't too sure, but I do go for, I think I go for the Giga Drain. I think I go for, no, I think I may go for Leaf Storm. I didn't want to risk the Giga Drain, but anyway, yeah, I'll go for Leaf Storm. I do go for Leaf Storm. That's not going to do anything to this Goodra. It's eating it up, because Goodra is a specially defensive monster, and I really don't have much to switch into that can take hits from this Goodra, so I'm actually just going to get out of here and go back into my Zapdos, because it's the safest thing I can do. It does create some sort of stall war, but it was the only safe switching I had, and if you're playing these things, I'm not going to play stupidly just because I know that the stall is coming, if you know what I mean. Like, I didn't want to switch into something that would die from the Fire Blast, when I could just switch into my Zapdos and, you know, keep it. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you know, I'm gonna take the Fire Blast, go down to 20 HP, roost off the damage, and go back up. And literally here, I'm just spamming the roosts, because I'm kind of waiting for him to go for Draco Meteor and surprise me, which he does do here. And I'm guessing he thought maybe he could take me out at like 60 or 70 HP with a Draco Meteor, and that I maybe just try and Hidden Power Ice him or something. He does go for Draco Meteor though, and get the crit. But Zapdos is just gonna nom. He's just gonna eat that Draco Meteor up. And I must say, Zapdos surprisingly is such a good special defensive wall. Like, I love this guy. He's amazing. He goes for the Fire Blast. It does miss. I'm thinking he's trying to go for the burn here now, because I mean his special attack has been reduced like 2 stages. So then him trying to like attack me like as a special defensive wall and still trying to hit me with like Thunderbolts and Fire Blast and stuff. It's just they're not doing a thing. Now, I predicted him to switch out here, because I started to go for Discharge, and I thought, well, like, if I discharge the Goodra, I might get the chance of, actually, no, I think that's a later play. I've just totally spoiled a turn in the future. I'm sorry. I go for a Roost, on the Gyarados, and now I'm kind of scared of the Earthquake, because I have Roosted. I don't know if Roost, removes your Flying type ability after the turn it's used, or during the turn it's used, so anyway, I had no idea. I could have gone for just Discharge there and taken out the Gyarados, but I was scared of the Earthquake. I didn't know if it was going to hit me or not, so I do switch out into my Skarmory. I keep saying Skarmory, because I can take anything that this Gyarados throws at me, and then I can just Whirlwind it out and get rid of it, just to prevent him from sweeping with the +1 Dragon Dance. He does go for Waterfall, and it's going to do like 60 damage or so. I'm just going to Whirlwind it out, because I don't really feel comfortable with that thing being in here, so I'm just going to get rid of him. And he comes back out into his Goodra, and I'm just like, wow, well, that's not the Pokemon I really wanted to see. I can't really do much with Skarmory here, so I am just going to switch out, because I'm fearing the Fire Blast. So I'm going to go back into my Zapdos, and even if he is trying to go for a burn, I do carry the Lum, or... I mean, yeah, actually, he's going to go for Thunderbolt here, but I'm talking about earlier, if he did go for Fire Blast and he did burn me, I actually have the Lum, because I was using the Zapdos in the battle spot earlier. So I do go for Discharge. He's just going to keep throwing Thunderbolts at me, and I was kind of thinking he's trying to reduce my Zapdos to the sort of HP where Draco Meteor will be able to kill me. But I am going to go for Roost, and this is where he goes for Thunderbolt, and Thunderbolt's not going to do anything to me because obviously my flying type ability is gone, and it's going to do 20 damage. I think Roost actually only counts during the turn, I think. So I am going for discharges here, trying to get the paralysis, which I do get here. And now I've got the paralysis, I am just going to go for the hidden power ice, just to see how much it does. But honestly, it's not. There isn't much difference. The hidden power ice is really not doing that much. He goes for the focus blast here, and my flying type ability typing has come back, so the focus blast isn't going to do anything here. Now I predicted him to go into Gyarados here. This is the turn I was talking about. He was already paralyzed, but I went for discharge anyway because I predicted the Gyarados to come in, and I do get the discharge off, and that is easily going to take out the Gyarados. So yeah, that's that guy taken care of. That's another threat not to be worried about. And right here, he goes into Heracross, and I was thinking, right here, I'm not sure if I'm going to be faster than it or not, because I'm not timid nature or anything. I think I'm calm nature. And I was thinking, if I go for the Roost, then the Rock Blast isn't going to be super effective. But I did decide to just go for Heat Wave because I thought he was going to attack me first anyway. And he does go for Rock Blast, which is easily going to take me out. Now, if I'd roosted, I would have survived with a good 40-50 HP there. And then I could have roosted again and just roost toward this Heracross as well. But I guess I didn't want that to happen. So I go into my Skarmory here, or Skarmory, you know. And you're going to go for the Rock Blast again, and that's not going to do much to me, obviously, because Skarmory is an absolute beast. It's such a good defensive wall. It did do 50 damage, which is respectable. And I'm just going to go for the Brave Bird, take out the Heracross. And then I'm going to go for Brave Bird on Goodra and finish that off as well, because I did get the paralysis on that. I wasn't sure if it was going to be faster than me or not, but then I remembered that it was actually paralyzed. So I am going to be able to finish that off with the Brave Bird. So that was a pretty good battle. Me and Brian did have another battle afterwards, which I'm not sure. I might upload that one as well. I'm not quite sure yet. I did enjoy both battles though. I was kind of just testing out teams and stuff, which I love doing when I have like a couple of boxes of Pokemon that I've trained up and I haven't even used in battles yet. I like to try them out. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. Don't forget to check out Brian's channel in the description. So thanks to him for allowing me to upload this video and stuff. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a rating and a comment and all that jazz. And I guess I will catch you in the next video, guys. See you later.